Time to slay another dragon. But before we draw swords, before we charge into the fire, we need to answer one question. What exactly is a dragon? Because this whole philosophy, this movement, rests on that. And if you can't define your enemy, you can't defeat it. I'm Joe Schmidt, and this is the Dragon Slayer Society. And today, we go straight to the heart of it. You have already met your dragon. You just didn't know its name. It's the thing that kept you up at night, the voice that said, "Don't try, you will fail," the urge to delay, the fear of being seen, the addiction to comfort, distraction, validation, perfection, approval. Dragons aren't fairy tales, they're emotional beasts, cognitive predators. They are psychological patterns wrapped in fear, shame, and self-sabotage. Some men think their enemy is outside, the boss, the ex, the economy. But every real warrior knows that the fiercest battles are fought within. This isn't metaphor for metaphor's sake. This is a map. When we say dragon, we're not being poetic, we're being precise. So let me show you what they really are, so you can finally name yours. A dragon is any internal force that blocks your path toward meaning, mastery, and growth. Let's strip it down. A dragon is a fear that controls your choices, a lie you have believed for too long, a behavioral pattern that keeps you small, a pain you have avoided so long that it mutated into paralysis, and the longer you avoid it, the more power it gains. That's how these things work. Avoidance is like a growth hormone for dragons. The more you run, the bigger it gets, the louder it roars and the deeper it nests. Dragons feed on hesitation, indecision, and silence. You don't need to feel brave to slay one, you just need to face it, because, and I want you to hear this, you don't slay dragons by being fearless, you slay them by refusing to run. Every dragon wears one of three faces. Sometimes it switches between them, sometimes it wears all three at once, but if you want to fight yours, you need to recognize which one's looking back at you. So let's break this down. The dragon of fear. This is the most common, the loudest. It tells you you will fail, you will get laughed at, you will lose everything if you try. This dragon guards the treasure of courage. It manifests in procrastination, chronic hesitation, over-researching and under-executing, perfectionism. You think you're waiting to feel ready, but no, you're being hunted by fear. This dragon isn't trying to stop you from failing, it's trying to stop you from evolving, and the longer you believe its whispers, the more your potential rots in silence. The dragon of shame. This one is quieter. It doesn't scream, it whispers. You're not enough. You're a fraud. Everyone will see through you. Why even try? This is the imposter dragon, the unworthiness worm. The one born in childhood or shame, or the first time someone laughed when you shared your truth. It doesn't just block action, it attacks your identity. You're not scared to do the thing. You're scared that you're not the kind of person who gets to do the thing. This dragon doesn't just stop you from writing the book or starting the business or joining the gym. It convinces you that you don't deserve to even imagine it. But here's the secret. Every man who ever built something meaningful started with shame in his backpack, but he didn't let it steer the horse. You ride with it, you don't kneel to it. The dragon of numbness. This one doesn't roar, it sedates. This is the dragon of aimlessness, of distraction and overstimulation. You're not failing, but you're not building either. You're just existing. You scroll, you drift, you binge, and slowly your inner fire fades without a fight. No clear mission and no chosen path, just a fog of comfort that becomes a cage. This dragon feeds on your comfort zone, its treasure is purpose, and it hides it under passivity. But this is the most slowest and most dangerous death, because when a man's mission dies, his soul follows soon after. Now, here's the paradox. Dragons don't just block your path, they guard it. Every dragon is a gatekeeper, a sentinel, a final test before transformation, and every single one of them, everyone, guards a treasure. Face the dragon of fear and you will get courage. Face the dragon of shame and you will get confidence. Face the dragon of numbness and you will get clarity. You don't just defeat these things, you integrate them, you learn from them, and then you grow because of them. The dragon is never just an enemy, it's the trial that proves you're ready to become who you were meant to be. That's why you fight. Not just to win, but to evolve. So let me ask you, what is your dragon? But don't dodge the question, don't keep it vague, name it. Because a nameless dragon will always win. Remember, it's that voice that tells you it has to be perfect or it's worthless. If they reject you, it will destroy you. If you succeed, you will have to keep performing forever. You're not smart enough, not built for this, you're not that guy. What is it really? Is it the dragon of failure? The dragon of imposter syndrome? Is it the dragon of aimlessness? Or maybe the dragon of perfectionism? Name it. Describe it and visualize it. Where does it hit you the hardest? During the mornings, social settings perhaps, late at night when you're alone with your thoughts? Write it down, speak it out loud. That's your first swing, because when you name the dragon, you shrink its shadow. Here's what happens when you stop running. You wake up with direction. You don't let fear run your schedule anymore. You stop negotiating with shame, you walk with it, but you don't obey it. You stop drowning in endless scrolling, meaningless tasks and half-finished dreams. You start building, slowly, steadily, one brick at a time, one habit at a time. You stop waiting to feel ready and you act instead. Because courage isn't a mood, it's a decision. And when you choose it enough times, you become something different. Someone you actually respect. Not because you're perfect, but because you're engaged in battle. Because your sword is dirty, your journal is scratched up, your hands are worn and you're alive. And when that fire returns, you don't just slay dragons. You become the reason others start fighting theirs. Alright, Knight. Now it's your turn to name the dragon. Drop a comment below. Which dragon is blocking your path? One name, one enemy, one starting point. That's it. We're building something here, brick by brick. A kingdom of those who have decided that the fear, shame and numbness don't get to run the show anymore. If this video hit something in you, subscribe. Remind yourself that this path is real and this mission matters. And this is only the beginning. Because the dragons won't slay themselves, but you were born for this. One step at a time, one dragon at a time. Let's ride.